Most people believe that manipulation begins with blatant lies, aggression, or direct control. But in reality, it often starts with something much smaller. A joke that seems slightly disrespectful. A request that makes you uncomfortable. A subtle comment that pressures you to explain. And most people don't even realize what's happening, because the situation itself is never the real test. The real test lies in your reaction. And this is something Stoic thinkers understood very well. Because the moment you lose control of your reaction, you relinquish control to someone else. But this is what makes it dangerous. Manipulation rarely looks dramatic. It rarely appears as an overt attack. Instead, it appears in socially acceptable forms. Polite, humor, gentle pressure, emotional guilt. And because it looks harmless, people are caught off guard. That's where the problem begins. Because some people aren't trying to understand your boundaries. They're trying to figure them out. Where do you hesitate? In what situations do you over-explain? Where do you apologize when you've done nothing wrong? Where do you say yes, just to avoid discomfort? And once someone recognizes that pattern, they understand how to influence you. This is why Stoic philosophy places so much emphasis on self-awareness. If you don't understand your own reactions, someone else will. And this leads to one of the biggest mistakes people who are easily swayed by emotions often make. They explain too much. Think about how many times people say this: "Sorry, I'm very busy right now. I'd love to help, but I have too much to do. I hope you understand." At first glance, this sounds polite, reasonable, evident. But Stoicism raises a different question. Why do you feel the need to justify a boundary? A boundary is not an accusation. A boundary is information. And the more emotionally charged your explanation, you reveal more information. You reveal guilt. You reveal fear. You reveal your need for others' approval. You reveal your discomfort at disappointing others. And once your emotional patterns become clear, predictability begins. This is where manipulation becomes powerful. Because the moment you begin to unnecessarily defend yourself, the conversation changes. The issue is no longer what happened. The issue is your reaction. Now you are trying to prove, I am not rude, I am not selfish, I am not overreacting, I am not overly sensitive. While you are busy defending your identity, you are no longer defending your peace. Stoic psychology teaches something entirely different. Not every emotional call deserves acceptance. Not every accusation deserves defense. Not every discomfort needs an explanation. Because inner stability is not built by gaining social approval, it is built by controlling your own mind. Marcus Aurelius understood this very well. You always control one thing: your answer. Not other people's expectations. Not their feelings. Not their understanding. Only your own behavior. And this changes everything. Because calm people are very difficult to manipulate. Not because they are cold. Not because they are aggressive. But because they are not easily swayed emotionally. Pressure does not produce immediate compliance. Guilty does not automatically produce apologies. Unpleasant feelings do not cause panic. And that makes manipulation ineffective. So what does this actually look like? Instead of lengthy explanations, "That way doesn't work for me." Instead of emotional defense, "I understand your point of view." Instead of complying out of guilt, "No." Simple, calm, open. Because true confidence doesn't need lengthy explanations. And Stoic discipline isn't about controlling others. It's about controlling yourself well. That makes it impossible for others to control you. So the real question isn't, are people trying to pressure you? That will always happen. The real question is, to what extent can you predict your emotional responses? Because those who master their responses, those who hold their freedom. And that may be one of the most powerful lessons in Stoic psychology. If you want to learn more practical lessons on emotional control, mental discipline, and Stoic psychology for modern life, register now. Because a calm mind is not something you are born with. It is something that needs to be cultivated.